Dave Revsine, Howard Griffith, Gerry Dinardo in Madison, Wisconsin. We have just watched Wisconsin's practice. Again, we'll give our complete thoughts on the Badgers coming up on BTN on August the 22nd. But before we do that, let's share some observations here on BTN.com. What did you guys think of year one here under a new head coach?
These are partial thoughts.
Partial
thoughts.
Just do the first half of the sentence. Yeah.
Ninth stop, certainly one of the best teams that we've seen. From the day Gary Anderson was hired, you watched them at the press conference, you watch him in spring practice. Veteran head coach, knows exactly what he wants to do. I think offensively, they have to get better in the pass game. And I think defense, now that they've gone to 30 front, is going to be fun to watch.
Some subtle changes as well that we're not accustomed to. Hearing music at practice, being able to actually identify who the quarterbacks are because their names are on the back.
We didn't have to look at wristbands this year.
Or knee braces or anything like that. I thought this team flew around. I think this was one of the teams that was really exciting to watch because they really get from period to period and get a lot done.
Did you Shazam anything today?
Not today. I didn't.
I did.
What did you?
I'll have to show you on the bus.
All right. I'll check into that.
I didn't even know Shazam until Howard taught me at Michigan State a couple years ago.
I found out about Shazam on this trip, too.
Did you Shazam anything
moving
today?
off of Apple applications and back to Wisconsin Badger football, I think one of the interesting questions with this team was, hey, they've been so successful. You know, this power game has worked for them. They really, I think, have such a brand name throughout college football as one of the truly great rushing teams, downhill run game. What are they going to do? What did you see from Andy Ludwig?
I saw pretty much what they've been doing with more emphasis on the play-action pass. And they have to emphasize the play-action pass, and they have to emphasize when they're behind and down in distance, moving the chains. Only 3 teams had more sacks than Wisconsin a year ago. That problem has not gone away. In fact, the only time Wisconsin has been good at pass protection is when they had Russell Wilson at quarterback, because if it broke down, nobody could tackle him. So I see the same offense, but Howard, they have to throw the ball better.
They'll throw the ball better because of the running game. But I'll say this, and seeing the pass protection, some of the one-on-ones with the running backs versus the linebackers, they did an outstanding job watching them do that. And they'll have to be a big part of being able to protect the quarterback so that the ball can go vertically down the field. When you look at this run game, though, I think you talk about James White, you talk about Gordon. Clemens, the true freshman, is going to be a guy number 6 that's really going to electrify this place. You know, play action pass is going to be pretty easy to hit because they're going to be loading up the box to try to slow this team down.
Yeah, and again, Wisconsin's one of those programs where you're always looking through the eyes of a champion. So their offense is going to be good regardless, right? I mean, and they'll throw the ball okay regardless. But a championship level, the matchup against Ohio State, the matchup against Northwestern, some of their other tougher matchups, you just can't mow people over any longer in the big games. And I think they're looking ahead to that. They have to throw the ball better.
Defensively, we've been hearing a lot about the changes, the 3-man defensive line front, 30 front, odd man fronts from Dave Aranda. What did you see there?
Well, I see that they're going to cause a lot of problems from that respect, and it all starts up front with Bo Allen. When you talk about playing that 3-4 defense, it's a guy up front, the nose tackle, that can be disruptive, that's going to command a double team at every time. So what it means when you're able to get into that particular front as well is that you have athletic linebackers that can put their hand in the ground or to be able to drop into coverage and cover some receivers and tight ends. So it's going to be fun to watch because all it takes is a slight hesitation from an offensive lineman or the backs or the tight ends, and the defense gains the advantage.
Yeah, it's the flip side of what Indiana's doing to get ready for Navy. Navy runs this wishbone, and you have to spend extra time on the wishbone. You can't just wait until game week. Well, what offenses are going to find out is since there's no other team in the Big Ten running the 30 front, and there's very few teams in college football running the 30 front, teams are going to have to spend some extra time. It's a dynamic offense. They're going to have to tweak their defense, rather. They're going to have to tweak their recruiting. And I think it's going to be one of the fun things and one of the real stories in the Big Ten this year to watch this defense develop.
You don't really talk about teams being exciting on defense, but they will be. I mean, where's the blitz going to come from? What are they going to do? It's something, as you say, we haven't seen, and that's going to make it unique and interesting in and of itself. Well, our show will be interesting as well. It airs on August 22nd here on BTN. For now, though, we are headed off to Minneapolis. We will see you there.
See you, Mace.